looking this morning at the Fort Lauderdale Marina camera from the EarthCam Skycam network. As you can see, it is looking like a pleasant day now that the main area of Nicole has moved away from the Fort Lauderdale area, but areas in a large portion of the state of Florida, portions of Georgia and South Carolina are definitely feeling the effects of this storm this morning. So let's take a look at what's going on. Still, massive storm. Subtropical storm Nicole is continuing to affect areas pretty much all the way into Alabama and into portions of the Carolinas this morning. And the latest track has this moving into the western Florida panhandle by this afternoon into later today, and then eventually it'll turn more to the northeast as it makes its way into portions of Georgia and into the Carolinas. But as you can see, massive storm continues to move northwestern into the state of Florida. I'm going to show you this real quick. This is its wind field, and as you can see, hundreds of miles wide. Tropical storm force winds are being felt all the way up into the Charleston area and just outside of the southeastern line between Georgia and Alabama over here near Dothan. So pretty much tropical storm force winds are being felt. Storm surge likely along the coast between 2 and 5 feet. We've seen some damage in the Daytona Beach area from that storm surge and the winds, and continuing to also see the threat for flooding rain. So right now, this storm is pretty much near Lake Wales, Spring Hill, and Tampa. That's where the strongest portion of the storm is located. It'll continue to move up near the Tallahassee and the Gainesville area throughout the day, then eventually up through Macon, Georgia, close to the Atlanta metro, and then it should turn back to the northeast and eventually make its way to Greenville over the next 24 to 48 hours. So we're keeping a close eye on this. In addition to this threat for tropical storm conditions, we also have a tornado watch now in effect for, let me pop that up there, the Jacksonville viewing area. This goes all the way from Brunswick, St. Mary's, St. Augustine, Palm Coast, and just to the northwest of Daytona Beach. But, don't focus too much on this area. Isolated tornadoes will be possible along the coastline as a result from this storm. There's just enough spin in the atmosphere that you'll get these spin-up tornadoes or these water spouts that just make their way onto land as a tornado. And when we say tornado, down here in the south, we get a lot of these supercell thunderstorms that produce tornadoes. Those can go on and on and on, but this is not that kind of situation. What we're talking about here is you'll get enough spin that a storm could start spinning rapidly, drop a tornado for a couple seconds or maybe a few minutes, and then it will dissipate. These are spin-up tornadoes, and that's because there's a lot of spin in the atmosphere, but this is not the environment that you get these rogue supercells that can just go on and on and on in an untapped environment. These are going to be short-lived spin-up tornadoes. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that activity as well today. Also, one more thing before we finish up this forecast. We've mentioned this before. We're expecting pretty much significant rainfall from this storm in some areas. So over the next, let's actually put the day 1 through 5 period, we could be expecting to see an additional 2 to 4 inches of rain in some areas. Jacksonville, there could be a flash flooding risk. Coastal flooding is likely as well. So Palm Bay, Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, some heavy rainfall there. As this makes its way to the north, Atlanta could see some heavy rainfall, potential flash flooding issues. Same with areas just to the west of Charlotte and Asheville, Greenville, Johnson City. That's an area of 2 to 6 inches of rainfall possible. We'll zoom out, and this heavy rain will be felt through Ohio as the storm continues to move to the northeast. Pittsburgh, heavy rainfall, and then additionally to the northeast, we could see between 2 and 6 inches of rainfall near the Syracuse area as this forecast has it. And if I zoom out, you can actually see a pretty good path of where the storm will be pretty much moving through the entire northeastern United States. The wind is not going to be as tremendous as it is now, tropical storm force and so on, just because once it's inland, it's going to pretty much weaken those tropical storm force winds, but the rainfall will definitely continue to be there as well. So that's a look at what we've got going on there. So like we've said in some of the previous videos, if you're new to the area down there, just keep in mind storms are possible during this time of year. Our hurricane season pretty much ends around November 30th, so this is normal. Sometimes we get storms like this, not out of the ordinary, but we are going to be watching this over the next 24 to 48 hours as it continues to weaken. So remember, if you're new to the area, have ways to receive warnings. Stay off the water, stay off the shoreline. There's dangerous storm surge. There's also some dangerous winds out there as well. You don't want to be caught up out in that on the beach. So stay off the beaches. Heed any alerts that the local officials or National Weather Service issues. And for those who are down in the southeast who have lived there pretty much all their lives and they're used to this, just stay safe, stay off the beaches, and stay tuned to the local forecast. We'll ride this storm out over the next 24 to 48 hours. Other than that, that's a look at what we've got going on today. The storm made its landfall as a Category 1. It is now a subtropical storm. It'll eventually make its way to the northwest as a tropical depression, but the rain will still continue to fall, and severe weather threat is possible as well. So that's what we've got going on with this storm. If you're out in the storm's path, stay safe, stay tuned to local officials like we said. Other than that, that's the look at the tropics for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you've seen, make sure that you share this forecast, you like the video, and you subscribe to our channel. We do tropical updates whenever there's tropical storms impacting the coastal United States, so make sure that you do that today. Like we said, have a great day, stay safe out there, and thank you for tuning in. Like our video and our live stream, find us today on Amazon Fire TV. Whether it's sunny, stormy, or snowy in North Texas, be sure to download our free Weather 225 mobile app.